everyone. I'm super excited to share today's project with you. I thought what my house needed in 2020 was a brand new dining table. Our dining room has really become the hub for my kids' schooling over the last few months, and I was ready to take that space back over, and I thought a new dining table was the perfect way to start. So I designed the most beautiful farmhouse panel dining table. The entire thing cost me under $200 to build, and I can't wait to show you how easy it is too. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to build this table now. I've already made my rip cuts and my cross cuts. I personally like to make my cross cuts first and then run it through my table saw. I've told y'all this before because I feel like it's easier to get it through the table saw and not have to push those long boards through. So I already did that. So each of my boards is now cut to size, except my bread boards because I'm going to cut those last after I measure. And then I've also gone down and ripped everything to 4 and 5 inches. So what we're going to do first, before we add the pocket holes, is we are going to build our 4 legs. And these are going to be laminated. This is a super easy step. And what this does is it allows us to have thicker legs, because everybody wants thick legs, right? It allows us to have thicker legs without spending a lot of money buying them. So we're going to build our own. So these are 5-inch boards. The 2x6s I've ripped down to 5. And I'm just going to add a lot of glue in between 2 of them. And to make all of our woodworkers that get mad at us when we don't spread our wood happy, I'm going to spread the glue happy. I'm going to spread my glue all around. I got to be honest though, I usually never do this, but you know, maybe I'll avoid some ugly YouTube comments. There's just a lot of traffic on my street today. They must have known we were building a dining table. So now I'm adding that second piece, and this will form one of our legs. And I'm going to use my Jorgensen clamps. I actually do not use these very often, but they're like the perfect clamp for the job when I do use them. Okay, so I'm gonna set these together. I'm actually gonna build the other 4 and then we'll clamp them shut and let them dry. So I've got the legs laminated. Those are off to the side. I'm gonna let those set up, and I'm going to add pocket holes now. So this one doesn't use a ton of pocket holes, but they're all 1.5 inches. So I'm going to use my Foreman because it'll get the job done really fast. And y'all can refer to the plans to see where I put these. You can also use your K5. I'm just adding 1.5 inch pocket holes wherever I've told you on the plans. So these are actually on the legs. They're the bottom and the top of each leg piece. And I'm only putting it on 4 of the 8 boards because I'm going to cover up the pocket holes with the other board that you'll see in a later step. Alright, those are the pocket holes done for the leg pieces, and now I'm going to be adding them to my runners, the long runners that will connect each leg, and also to my tabletop planks. So let's get to work. So on my tabletop planks, I'm going to be adding 1.5 inch pocket holes on each end of each of these 8 boards, and these are all cut to 5 inches so that I have a 40-inch wide tabletop. Of course, you can cut yours more narrow. You just need to adjust the plans. But I'm also going to be adding them down one end of 7 of those boards, and that's going to be what we're going to use to plank them all together. So I'm going to get those made. I lied earlier because I said that all these pocket holes were 1.5, but there's actually some 3/4 inch pocket holes. So I'm sorry for lying. So the plywood panels that are going to help build our sides, I am attaching those using pocket holes and pocket hole screws. So around both of these boards, we are going to add 3/4 inch pocket holes. So I adjusted my Foreman to that, and I am just going to make these all the way around. All right, so you can see I've made them all the way around. 1 down, 1 to go. Okay guys, at this point we get to start assembling. The fun is beginning, which is super exciting. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take these 2 legs. These are 2 of our legs that we laminated. And I'm gonna take one of those pieces, the side runners, or I guess they're not side runners, but whatever. And I'm gonna put them in between these 2. So those are my pocket holes, and I'm only doing 1. And then I'm gonna add wood glue to each end and get it set in place. And you want it flush with the bottoms of our legs. And then I'm attaching these with 2.5-inch pocket hole screws through those pocket holes. So that first piece is done. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna add a piece on top of this, but I'm gonna set it in place and glue and nail it to this piece. All right, so I've got that piece in place and I am ready for my next one. Okay, so I did my top piece, that's the one we just nailed in, and now I'm adding the bottom one. This is gonna be the exact same way. This is a 4-inch board, just like that one. I've added glue, and it's also flush with the other side of the legs. Okay, I've got my first piece in. These are 2.5-inch pocket hole screws, just like the other one we just did. All right. Cool. All right, so we've got that done. Now I'm adding my wood glue. Again, just like the top one. And I'm going to add the piece that goes on top. I want the prettier side showing. I'm about to get my mallet. That's what's happening right now. And just like that, I got it into place. Nice and flush all the way around. I'm adding my nails. So once I have this done, I'm going to add that plywood panel. If you find that yours is hard to get into place, you can definitely shave it down because it's actually going to be behind the barnwood and you won't see it. It's just a surface for us to nail to. To make this part easier, I cut some of my scrap 2x6 pieces to 1 1/8 because that is how far I want the plywood sticking off so it's nice and centered. And, oh good, I don't have to shave it down. God is real. Okay. So I am setting this in place and I'm going to attach it using 1.5-inch pocket hole screws because I'm going into thicker wood. So that's what's happening at this moment. So again, nobody's gonna see these pocket holes because we are going to cover them with barnwood here in a bit. All right, so plywood panel is in place and we are gonna build a second one of these because this is just one side. So right here, we're gonna put this to the side and build our second. All right guys, so the last step we're gonna do right here before we actually add a finish to these two bases is gonna be to add this top piece. So this is a 5-inch piece. I've cut it to size and it's set in place. You want it to be a 2-inch overhang on each end right here. So you want to make sure it's nice and centered on top of this leg base. You can refer to the plans for the measurements. And then I'm going to be attaching it using wood glue and 2.5-inch spec screws. And you just want to make sure they drive all the way in because our tabletop is going to go on top of this. Awesome. All right, so I've got all 3 of these in place. This guy is ready for a finish. I'm gonna add the top to the other and we'll move on. All right guys, at this point I'm ready to stain both of the bases. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I'm using barnwood for the insets and I don't want stain to get on those, so it's easier to just stop here, add stain to this, let it dry, and then add the barnwood. So that's what we're gonna do. So I would just say whatever finish that you're gonna be using in your barnwood, or actually you could mix and match and that would be cute too. Just do that for this, and then, or whatever the top's gonna be, and then you can add your barnwood seconds. So in my post, guys, I will link to the barnwood that I'm using, but I will say most hardware stores now are carrying packaged barnwood, which is really cool because it's already finished. Actually, most of the stores I can think of, even Amazon carries some. So I found some that kind of had the tones that I was looking for my dining room, and these are thin, whoops. These are thin, like 1/4-inch boards, and I've cut each board so far to 23 inches. Now, this is gonna be the bottom of my table. That's the top, so I'm gonna start down here because this part I'm gonna have to shave down with the table saw. I cut those to size. I'm adding wood glue, and I'm attaching them using 3/4-inch brad nails with my nailer. I like to kind of switch the boards out to make sure that you can see the planks. I think that's creative. So I'm gonna do the next one. And really any barnwood, even chippy white barnwood would be so pretty for a base. All right, so at this point, I've got just a small part left. I'm gonna grab that measurement real quick. I know it's 23 inches wide, and it's going to be 2 1/4 inches thick. So I'm gonna take a piece over to my table saw and rip it down. All right, I've got that piece cut down. I'm going to, same thing, add some glue here, set it in place. So I'm gonna have 4 sides, just like this. So I'm gonna flip this one over, do the other side, get the other base done, and then we're ready to move on. Now we have our bases done, and we're going to kind of build the rest of the base of the table before we build the top. So what I've done is I've stood one of my sides up. They're both the same, so it doesn't matter which one. And I want the board, the flat board, down on the bottom. That's actually gonna be the top of the table. So we're doing the top runner first. And I'm gonna mark center on this board. It is 37, so that's gonna be 18.5. And then I'm also gonna mark center of this board. This is 5 inches that I ripped. So I'm marking 2.5. I'm gonna line those up. And the pocket holes can face this way, which makes this part pretty easy because nobody will see them. And I'm attaching them using 2.5-inch pocket hole screws. All right, great, so I've got this one attached. Now I'm gonna go attach the other side over here. All right, guys, so I've got that flipped over now, so you can see those pocket holes that we just added are now below that board where we don't see them, and the table is standing up right. So at this point, I'm gonna head down to the center down here and add my bottom runners. So the bottom runner is gonna be attached the same way we just attached the other. I'm gonna find center of the base and then find center of the runner. I'll attach it in place using wood glue and 2.5-inch pocket hole screws. All right, so now I'm adding my second runner that's going to kind of beef up this bottom runner. And I am going to add wood glue to the bottom of it. And this is actually the exact same size as this bottom runner we just attached. This should be a little tricky with myself, but we'll make it work, especially with the tight fit. I might have to grab a mallet. Pause for mallet. Pause for snot. Good Lord. Yes, it will. So I'm going to clamp this side up first, okay? And then I'm going to come to this side and add my clamp over here. Then I'm going to go inside and blow my nose. Pause for nose blow. Good Lord. So now I am attaching this using 2.5-inch back screws through the bottom. And again, you want to make sure these drive in all the way. That way it's flat on the ground. All right, guys, so I've got the base totally built. Obviously, we still need to go back and stain our runners, which we will do once we get the tabletop built. But at this point, we're going to build the tabletop, and I have found it easier to use the base as kind of a sawhorse, I guess you could say, or a work table to build your top. So what I'm doing is I'm going to grab 2 of my longer runners to begin with, and these are all 2x6 boards that we have ripped down to 5 inches, and they're all 74 inches long. And I'm going to get them flush together. So putting it up here on the base allows me to use my Krag face clamps to make all the seams nice and flush, and I will show you guys that in just a bit. So I am attaching all these boards using 2.5-inch pocket hole screws, and the cool thing is I can move the clamps as I work down the tabletop. All right, guys, this is an example right here. So I've added my 3rd board on right here, and I clamp, so I've pulled it off to the side just a bit, and I've clamped them flat right here, and then I will drive the screw through this pocket hole. Okay guys, I've got the entire tabletop planked, and we are ready for our breadboards. Those are the ends of the tabletop. I'm going to push this back a little bit. And I'm using, again, the table base as kind kind of a table to hold up my tabletop. So what I've done here is this board is 5 inches wide, and I've cut it just longer than the 8 planked boards because I want to be able to mark exactly where I need to cut it. I'm setting it in place, and I am marking my cuts on each end, and then I will take that over to the table saw and get that cut. All right, so I've got that cut to size, and now I am going to line it up nice and flush and use my face clamp to hold it in place. And we will attach this through those pocket holes we made on the ends of all of our planked boards and into the breadboards. All right, guys, I have got this tabletop completely planked. I've got all the pocket holes attached. I'm going to now attempt to get this thing flipped over the top so I can sand it down pretty good and give it a coat of stain to match that base, and also finish off those runners that we attached. Guys, I love how this thing turned out. It's so pretty in my dining room. It fits perfectly. I love how it's got those rustic lines, but it's still super modern as well. I'm putting 8 chairs with mine, but it looks great with 6 also and really shows off the outside of the table. Y'all be sure to subscribe. You do not want to miss another video. So here we go. All right, guys, so we're gonna build this table. So I've already made my rip cuts and my cross cuts for this table. Okay, all right guys, so at this point, I have both of my bases done. No, I don't. All right guys, so at this point I have both of my bases done. Cut that to size, and I'm attaching these, darn phone, the base of the table before we build the top. Using my correct blade. Yeah, using those. My allergies are. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.